Hello everybody, in this screencast we're going to look at static nested classes. So nested classes in general are classes that live inside other classes. Static nested classes are classes that are declared as static, right? So they can live on their own, and we'll look at how we can do this and so on. So let's say we create a new Java class and we'll call it, for example, the outer class. Just to our example, right? So now we can declare classes inside here. For example, I could say class inner class. I can do that. I can do this, right? But the one I'm interested in is this one. So basically I can declare something like this. I could say, for example, this is this one, or I could say a static nested class. Static nested class. Okay, and it has static at the static modifier. So basically I'm going to say that it's static and nested class, and we'll look at this other one in a little bit, right? So this is in another video, just declaring a class like this, right? So classes that are declared using static and then inside another class, they can live on their own. Like for example, this can have a constructor, and let's say for example this one, let's have a message parameter, string message, right? For example, right? And you can create a constructor and a constructor based on the message. And basically that becomes a class. So that becomes, when you have a static class declared inside another class, you can instantiate it very simply. So basically it can live on its own. You don't need to create the outer class to create it. So for example, to do that, I'll say, what is the type? The type is outer class. Here it is. Outer class. And I'll say outer class. Or I say, or not outer class. The type is the static nested class. So basically the static nested class, because it's declared as static, you can retrieve it by including the name of the outer class and then dot the name of the static. So I'll call it static nested class, for example. Static nested class equals new, and here we go. And then it needs a message. I'll call it, for example, hello. For example, that's the message. And basically that's how you instantiate it. And you can have methods and so on. It's a separate class, but lives inside. It is organized inside. It doesn't live inside the outer class. It is organized inside the outer class. So basically you can create a separate instance. For example, let me show you, because it doesn't live inside it. Let's say you have a string here, name, for example. Okay, now you could see that you cannot retrieve name. You say type name, you can't retrieve it. Name doesn't exist, right? You cannot retrieve it. Why? Because it's a separate class with its own memory space and so on. It does not share any space with the outer class. The only difference is that it's organized inside the class representation of the outer class, right? But they are not instantiated together. It's not instantiated or does not live inside the outer class whenever you instantiate an instance of the static nested class. Okay, so to instantiate, for example, the outer class is also very straightforward. The outer class is outer class, and you say OC, for example, or outer class. Equals new outer class, right? So basically that's how you create an outer class, right? It lives by itself and it has its own instance. So that is called the static nested class. Okay, in the next video we'll look at inner classes, which actually live inside another class. We'll look at it in a little bit. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.